Maybe they should call this place Chel Dorado.
She's... Whoa! She's trouble! Wait a minute!
5 minutes later.
Hello?
High priest. Ow. What's he gonna think if he finds one of the gods like this with me?
Lucky God?
What's good, people? Agent Juice reporting for duty. It's the day before Thanksgiving. Time where a bunch of people get together to eat lots of food and be thankful for stuff. It's also a time that nowadays is really popular about harping on the atrocities of the past, because that's the cool thing to do, is to harp on things without offering any real solutions, or to focus on ways that you can improve the world.
Well, I associated Thanksgiving with genocide. It's what young people do.
So in that spirit of empty soliloquies, let us go ahead and talk about a story of an indigenous people who are invaded by the white man, and a brave female lead, or at least an important character in the story, who is bravely doing her thing to get ahead in this world. And of course, I'm talking about the road to El Dorado. Why am I talking about the road to El Dorado? Well, first of all, I wanted an excuse to draw a certain special someone, and it is an enduring film. Years, I would almost decades later, it is still really good, and I want to figure out why. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and hang out with our pal. Let's stow away on a ship and be threatened to be sold into slavery. Let us go to a mystical place with a good-looking girl. Let us hook up with that good-looking girl, even though it's probably a really, really, really bad idea for the scam that we're running. Let us gold pimp slap that like button, because I had to put that in there somewhere. And let us talk about the road to El Dorado. Okay, so the first things first is to acknowledge the speed paint for this video. This video stars Chel, right? The most visually appealing character of the movie. This specific pose I'm actually drawing her as is the famous Jeff Goldblum open shirt pose from Jurassic Park. The reason why is because even though Chel is a looker, even she can learn a few pointers from the master of sex appeal himself. So yes, Chel is hot, obviously. That's part of the reason why I'm drawing her in the first place. Her looks alone have given her plenty of staying power, especially with the advent of the interbutts. There's plenty of art of her online, some of which I don't recommend you look up while you're at work. But there is much, much more to Chel than just her looks, and there is much, much more to the road to El Dorado than just Chel. So what does this movie have? This movie has everyone else. El Dorado is one of these movies, these diamonds in the rough, where just about every major talking character is amazing. This is very much a character-driven movie. Now, it does have a plot of adventure and gold and intrigue and evil, but all of the characters are just amazing to just watch. You know, you don't have to be this sultry girl with little clothing wrapped around her body. All the other characters are really just just fun to watch, man. First and foremost, let's go ahead and talk about the main characters, minus Chel, because we're gonna cover her later. Miguel and Tulio. Right? You got these two adventurous rogues, these dashing young men who love the thought of adventure. Well, Miguel is more the adventure guy, and Tulio is the gold guy, right? He wants it to pay off, which is it has a great dynamic between the two of them. They both ultimately love seeking adventure and treasure, but they both have different motives. Miguel is very much more the bright-eyed, innocent one, and Tulio is much more kind of the cynical businessman. And they play off of each other really brilliantly. Just the opening sequence with the dice game and the "you gave me loaded dice, how dare you, have at thee." And of course they use the sword fight to trick themselves out of it. It's just fun to watch them do their thing,
Well, any last words?
I will cut you to ribbons, fool.
Such mediocrity. Let your sword do the talking. I will. It will be
Loquacious to a fault.
Like, I could watch a whole cartoon series of these two just doing adventure buddy stuff. It's great. Then of course they get to El Dorado, and of course the first character they meet is Chel, but again we're holding her back. You got the chief of El Dorado, Chief Tannabok, right? Who's this jolly fat man. He's really great because I remember first watching this movie when I was about a wee tyke, And at first I thought he was just going to be the trope of just the bumbling fat idiot who doesn't know what's going on because his own priest Physia is like pulling a Jafar and like pulling strings along, and I was just thinking he was just going to be some clown who gets bamboozled. But the guy has a level head. He's a very good chief, right? He's a very level-headed leader. He's a very fatherly figure. You know, he's someone who you can trust and talk to. And there's, of course, even scenes where, you know, Miguel and Tulio have like these really nice one-to-one talks with him. And there's like a great scene where it's just Miguel who's trying to criticize the boat that they're building for them to ascend and leave El Dorado. And, you know, the chief says like, oh, okay, so, you know, something tells me you don't really want to leave. So he's a sharp cookie for being such a, you know, quiet, reserved, kind of laid back, more jolly, unassuming guy.
Oh, Chief, forget about the rope. My mistake.
Hey, to err is human.
And then, of course, you have the villain, right? Zekul Khan. Oh, man. Zekul Khan is an amazing villain. He is so, like, hammy, right? He's this big, like, you know, old god blood sacrifice zealot. But he does it with such just great flamboyant flair that if Zekul Khan were female, he would be a top contender for the Valisha cosplay series that I do. He's scheming and conniving, but he does it with such pizzazz and style, and you can tell that he kind of enjoys being stylish with it, right?
Like snakes, spineless and slippery. They are as untrustworthy as rats, stealing and cheating with no remorse.
And now we get to Chel, the star of our show. The thing I love most about Chel is how out of place she feels in her own community. Because Chel's whole thing is that she wants in because she wants out, right? That's the line she says in the movie. She wants in on the scam because she sees that it's a scam that Miguel and Tulio are pulling. She wants in because she wants to leave El Dorado. She wants to see more of the world. She is an adventurer herself. She has greater aspirations. She's lived her life as this lowly thief, you know, running around pulling. She's basically Aladdin, if you think about it, right? You know, this character who stays one swing ahead of the sword, and the song, right, that Aladdin sings. You know, here comes these white men from across the sea who are playing gods, and she's saying like, okay, like she sees through the ruse. That's the kind of the great thing, mostly because she overhears them saying like, you know, oh yeah, we got those guys. Oh, we're gonna play them, and then get their gold and leave. And so she wants it on the gear.
Well, if you guys want the gold and you don't want to get caught, right? You're going to need my help.
Sure, what makes you think we need your help?
Are you serious?
It's so fun seeing her, of course, interact with the boys. And of course, you have to acknowledge that between her and Tulio, there's a little more going on, you know, to the point where they even showed a scene of them, you know, doing the nasty. And of course, you know, since it's a kid's movie, it was just like, oh, they were kissing. But come on, we know what was really going on. And the funny thing about Chel is that she is another character, much like Miguel and Tulio, which I would love to see a series that if it just starred her. Now, I think the best series would be like the three of them doing their adventure stuff and, you know, going on adventures. But like Chel is a strong enough character that she could do her own series, right? You could basically have like the adventures of El Dorado girl exploring the world, right? Dora the Explorer. That's basically what it is, right? So let's go ahead and pour one out this Thanksgiving for all those great characters. Here's to characters like Chel, who not only look really, really, really good, but there are a bajillion characters who look really, really good and are fun to draw. But few of them have the personality to back it up, and few of them are super fun to watch, even entirely divorced of their assets, shall we say. And so with all that said, I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up there for today. So you people know what to do. If you like what you see and you want to see more, go ahead and tickle the sacred buttons. Definitely comment down below. I want to hear your thoughts on the road to El Dorado. Who's your favorite character? If you could have a series or a sequel of Road to El Dorado made, would you even want that? What would you want to see? And of course, share the video because it's good for the algorithm. Of course, as your reminder, I do have a Patreon subscribe star where I post exclusive content where I get to say much more racy things and talk about much more controversial subjects that would get yeeted off of YouTube, so definitely check those out because I get a new one up every first Friday of the month, which means one's coming up soon next week. And of course, if you wish to stalk me elsewhere on the interwebs, go ahead and hit up my links here up on the screen, and definitely remember specifically to hit up minds.com because it's that nice alternative website that's, sticking it to the man. And so yes, with all that said, I thank you for spending this time with me. I do hope you have a good Thanksgiving and you stick around for more content. And until next time, deuces.